This is my brutality. Well, this is the reality, Rhea Ripley. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. And Rhea Bloody Ripley, she's called out hypocritical wrestling fans for degrading successful women. Now, when I was doing my watch along for Dynamite last night, someone commented about this. Sorry, I cannot remember who it was, but you know what? Let's address it in video format. So here is the full tweet here. So, in a post via Twitter/X, former WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley called out fans of women's wrestling that she feels have been hypocritical with their opinions. Women's wrestling fans, women deserve better. Same breath, she's sleeping with her boss, that's why she is where she is. She should retire. She doesn't deserve it. She's handed everything and never worked for anything. I hope she gets injured. You guys are the real reason it's so difficult to be taken seriously as a women's wrestler. If you put as much effort into your own miserable lives as you put into degrading successful women, then maybe you could accomplish something yourself. End of quote. Right, Rhea Ripley, right? No, what's actually embarrassing about this? See, pretty much every single reason that she gave there, it's got nothing to do with gender, right? Literally got nothing to do with gender. So let's get into it, right? Is there a lot of wrestling fans out there that bash women and bash like other men and other wrestlers for like no reason because of jealousy? There probably is, absolutely. You know what I mean? Right? I mean, we've seen Jada Parker go from being loved to getting bashed because she didn't want men competing in women's sports. And there's many other examples of that. You see Mariah May going to join WWE, she gets bashed by AEW fans. You see it with Ricochet, vice versa. Alistair Black, hell, Jeff Cobb's getting buried, Gabe Kidd's getting buried. The Diddy men of this world, those absolute jabronis, right? But Rhea Ripley's having a go at this because she's claiming that fans are degrading successful women, right? And in the reasons that she gives, it's like it's not gender specific. So let's get into it, right? The first reason. She's sleeping with her boss. That's why she is where she is now. Let's be real, that is more of a female thing than a male. I mean, it's not completely unheard of that a male could sleep with, a female boss and get higher up the card, or, not maybe not higher up the card, but in terms of like the world, right? It's obviously happened before, but stereotypically, right? You associate it more with a female sleeping with the male boss to get, a promotion, more money, further up the card, the score, right? So I'll let Rhea Ripley have that one. Same breath, she should retire. There is plenty. Look at Big Show. Please retire. You know what I mean? Goldberg. There's about a million other guys throughout wrestling that have had this retire talk. You know what I mean? Did I say Ric Flair? I think I don't know. He's had that. A lot of old guys have got it. Even like Sting, like he never really got it in the arenas, but I've seen it on Twitter. People saying, "Oh, Sting's 66, he should retire." Same with DDP. Hell, I mean, tragically, I seen it a couple of weeks ago with Sabu. People saying he shouldn't work. You know what I mean? And other old guys that have stood in the ring, or like even Shawn Michaels returning at Crown Jewel. People are saying that he should have stayed retired. Things like that. So see this. That's got nothing to do specifically with women, right? And you may be like, well, why is it a women thing? Because Rhea Ripley's made it a women's thing. Look at she says at the bottom. You guys are the real reason it's so difficult to be taken seriously as a women's wrestler. It's like, well, hold on here. Telling someone they should retire has got nothing to do with just being a woman, right? Next reason is she doesn't deserve it. How generic and plain is that? She doesn't deserve it. I mean, Cody Rhodes doesn't deserve winning Rumbles back to back and main eventing Manias back to back. Alistair Black doesn't deserve coming to the WWE for the millionth time. Neither did Andrade, right? Neither does Penta and Ray Phoenix. Neither does Jeff Cobb, right? They don't deserve coming to the WWE. They don't deserve it. Roman Reigns didn't deserve a fucking 4-year title reign. That's the fact of the matters. I mean, Jey Uso, in my opinion, doesn't really deserve to win a Royal Rumble and win a title at Mania. Gunther sure as hell didn't deserve it. There's countless times throughout wrestling history where a man didn't deserve something, but they got it. And it's the same with women. Again, not gender specific. And to say that Oh, it's difficult to be taken seriously as a women's wrestler when they say they don't deserve it. They say I don't deserve it, guys. That's not nice, guys. It's like reel it in, Rhea Ripley. You know what I mean? Absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And it's just it's a women's wrestler thing just to constantly display herself as the victim. Right? Next thing, she's handed everything and never worked for anything. I mean, literally, I mean, how many times do we sit here on this channel, right, and turn around and say that guys who are like in the main event scene now in WWE are literally handed everything, and half of them have never worked. No, it's like see CM Punk, he's paid his dues. I'll accept that with Punk. You know, the guy's like getting into like his mid to late 40s. He's worked his ass off up to 2014, right? And then that's when he left wrestling. Then he went to AEW. But see guys like Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. See, in terms of being actually when they actually made it to the top of WWE, that is when their schedule has just been like cut in half, downsized big time. So I would argue guys like that have been handed everything and never had to work for anything, right? And the examples in the women's division that have been handed everything and never worked for anything. Well, who would that be comparative to those guys? I mean, Charlotte Flair keeps coming back. I mean, you could argue, well, she made it to a reasonable level, and then that's why her, Becky Lynch, when they always come back, they get the title matches, they do this. But again, it's not gender specific. It's literally that we see it with the men, right? And in the final reason here, I hope she gets injured. Yo, loads of people, right, across both divisions, male and female, people want people to get injured. People want it Kevin Owens to get injured. People want it Tammy Tonga and Tonga Loa to get injured. That has always happened throughout the history of wrestling. People were begging back in the day for John Cena to pick up an injury. Same with Batista, and same with Triple H. Oh yes, Triple H has done his quad again, and all this. Oh, Kevin Nash has done his quad. We don't want old man Nash on our thing. Even when fucking Cody Rhodes did his arm, prior to that Hell in a Cell match against Rollins. AEW fans, obviously a minority were celebrating that. I just don't. Rhea Ripley has made this into a complete attack on women when the reality is it's both. It's everyone in wrestling gets this. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. They all get this. I'll be interested to see what some comments say here. Um, She's not wrong, especially when referencing AEW fans. Obviously not by name, because she knows that'll set juvenile delinquents off, like the uneducated children they are, for crapping on any women's wrestler not putting in a paycheck with Tony Khan's name written on it. I mean, just look at the neck of this Christopher Brown guy. Like, you know what I mean? Imagine sitting as a WWE fan trying to take the high horse. Both fans are fucking sad as each other, man. Like, see the saddest AEW and the saddest AEW fans, they're just as bad as each other, man. I mean? Yeah, you get people that are a fan of both, that'll be hopefully normal people. Let's see. Matthew Hosetter says, don't forget ex-female wrestlers shouldn't be on TV because they can't speak English. This isn't just for Japanese talent. I remember when Bucky Beaver didn't want to push Becky because of her accent. Yes, Asuka, Io Sky, and so many prove just how good they really are. Yeah, but you know what, right? They're in a company that speaks English and the audience is like predominantly English speaking. I don't think it's out the question that the Japanese talent should learn a bit of English to cut promos. You know what I mean? And I think the exact same way when people go to New Japan. I think if you're going to go to New Japan and plan to have a career there for years, if you're American, British, or Mexican or whatever, you should learn to speak Japanese. And I think it's the same if you go to AAA and you want to have a career there. You should learn how to speak that. It's the same if you go to Germany or whatever. I think you should learn. If you plan to work somewhere, I think you should plan to learn the native tongue. It's got nothing to do with what race. It's just the reality, man. I think that's just it. But you get more people greeting, man. Honestly, yeah. So Rhea Ripley, pathetic, man. Just try. And anyway, don't know. She's trying to stick up for women. Is that a woman? I'm not convinced.